What is up, everybody? It's your girl, Evanda, and you're tuned into I'll Grab the Wine. I'll Grab the Wine is a show for the girls and the gals who sometimes need a little wine to say what's on their mind. Here we celebrate success, blackness, and womanhood. So get a glass and listen fast, and I'll grab the wine. Y'all, I know y'all noticed I was a little late. I ain't gonna lie to you. I am having Wi-Fi issues for whatever reason. Like, I'm like trying to connect. Everything is moving slow. I'm like, now devil be busy when so the devil be busy when he know you got good people coming on the show finna spit real stuff. That's all that is. It's the devil being busy. But I serve a God that is bigger. I serve a God that is greater and better than all of these complications that I'm experiencing, But before all that, I'm gonna get into who we're going to be speaking to and what we're gonna be talking about. But before all that, shout out to our sponsor. Shout out to Papa's Tasty Foods. You can have whatever you want at Papa's. Make sure you follow them on Instagram, Papa's Tasty Foods on Instagram. Okay, check them out. All right, so today we have somebody here that is just multi-talented, multifaceted. They are so incredible. Every room that they step into is theirs. They are amazing and they're so confident, and I just admire that about them. And to experience this so many things at a young age is what I feel like makes her the most beautiful. And her work speaks for itself, and that's on period. So I'm gonna bring her on the show. Y'all welcome Evanda.
Hi
everybody. If you don't know, now you do. All right, so tell everybody who you are, how they can find you, all of that.
Hello everyone, my name is Evanda. You can find me on Instagram at Evanda Official. You can visit my website at evandaelitehair.com. Also my company's company's Instagram is evandaelitehair.com, and also House of Elite.
Okay, hold on. Let's not be so modest right now. Let's not be so modest. Okay. So get them into what Evanda Elite is, please, because it's that time.
Oh my gosh, you put me on the spot. I don't really like talking about myself, but
it's the time.
Evanda Elite Hair is a hair company and beauty brand that I built about 7 years ago. It's a brand for the girls who, like to look good and feel good all the time, who exudes confidence and takes pride in their appearance. We sell all type of hair products, and also have stylists at our salon as well.
Okay,
Devon, you put I don't.
That was the modest version. Okay, let me give you the real version.
I have a hard time with this. Oh my god.
Let me give you the real version. That was the real modest version. Because if you're not familiar with the show, I love to give people their flowers, especially if they earn them. So let me tell y'all about Evanda, House of Elite, Evanda Elite Hair, all of that. So this is somebody who is extremely talented. So she has her mom working in the shop. She trained her mom. And then not only does her mom know how to do hair, she's going to get the girls together. So it's just like you have an Evanda with Miss Tasha. I've never had her, but it's just an incredible experience being in the salon alone. It's a salon for the girls. It is the girliest girls salon you can go to. Okay. So that's that. As outside of that, she has the bundles that give what they're supposed to give. Okay, the bundles give, all of her products give. I know you've seen the viral edge control. It's not moving. It's not going to go anywhere. The product sell itself. What they say, good dope sell itself. Period. That's what it is.
Yeah.
So, she was giving you the modest version, and she's done celebrities. So, I mean, don't don't take my word. Go and experience it. She's located in Arlington. If you're in the Dallas, Texas area, make sure you going on up to Arlington, go on past us a little bit, and go and check her out.
Yes, ma'am. Come check us out.
Period. So, anyways, because she was being a little too much for me. She went viral on TikTok. Okay, and she's so out of the age control that we were talking about. Nonetheless, we are here. So, y'all, okay, today, the topic of the day is learned and earned. And the reason I feel like we need to talk about this is because what them old folks say, they be saying you paid for that, right? Sometimes experience is the best teacher. Whether you pay for it in time, money, or efforts, it may be a tough lesson at first, but it was a lesson learned and earned. And I feel like with the type of success that you have achieved at such a young age, you can probably attest to this. So, first question that I have is, can you tell us about a time where you either spent money or time on something and it didn't turn out the way that you thought it should?
I sure can. No, I just have had a few experiences to where I've spent money on something and it didn't come out the way I wanted. And because I'm such a perfectionist at things, sometimes I just think, anyways, let me just get into what happened. So I won't say any names, but I had worked with this girl once before, way back when I was younger or whatever. And now that I was established, I seen that she was doing creative directing. So I reached out to her, to make a long story short, I spent like $1,500 on a photo shoot that was absolutely trash. It didn't reflect my brand at all. I felt like everything was just thrown together when I walked
American
in.
dollars?
American dollars. And that's not necessarily a lot of money, but that's a lot to invest in. It's a lot to invest in yourself and take a chance with somebody, that says they're doing something.
Pause.
But
Because, hold on, friend. What we not going to do, I don't care how much money I have. $1,500 is still $1,500. Don't you? What could you do with $1,500 right now? You could do something with that, right?
I could.
Okay,
I
so
really
and then like you were saying, I had to cut you off because you kind of there's nothing. Please let me spend $1,500 on something and it don't come out right.
I was pissed. I mean, it happened a while ago, but I was pissed. Like I was really, really pissed because not only did I spend $1,500, but when I walked into the set with the models for hair and makeup, the number of models that I asked her to book wasn't there. The clothes looked like they came from a swap meet, and she was laying on the floor on her back playing with a dog. And it just made me feel like you're not taking my brand serious. I've done so much with less than $1,500. I've done so much with $300. So for me to spend $1,500 on something, I was expecting some extraordinary work, and I got trash. But I learned a lesson.
What do you feel like you learned from that?
I learned first of all that I'll never work with that person again. I learned that I can't just give somebody complete creative control over anything that I do. Like I have to kind of micromanage until they can prove themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And also do a little bit more research on a person before I just take a chance with them and what they portray to be doing.
Okay. So,
and probably also to pay them in a way to where I can make a dispute.
Because that's a good question. It was $1,500 up front.
Was it up front? I can't remember. If it was up front or not. I can't remember.
Okay. So, if you're new to the show, I say this almost every show. And to my people who always watch, thank you so much. And we're getting into personal inventory right now. This is definitely a show on personal inventory. And so, personal inventory, if you don't know what that means, all that means is that it's where you have to take accountability for everything that has happened in your life, because things don't happen to you, they happen because of you. You make a conscious decision, and because you make a conscious decision, there is an outcome. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So sorry.
Mm-hmm.
So the reason why I bring that up is because how much research did you do on this person?
Well, I felt like I did a pretty good amount of research with this person. And like I said, I worked with this person in the past on their project, bringing their projects to life when I was, interning with people and, just trying to get my name out there and, doing styling and things of that nature on certain fashion shows and stuff like that when I was younger. So I worked with this person then and I seen them bring together fashion shows and things of that nature. So I felt like I did enough research, and I felt like everything was going okay, pretty according to schedule until I got to the set. And one thing I will say, I understand why Nicki Minaj said, if I show up to the shoot and they got pickle juice and I stay there and I drink it, then people gonna always serve me pickle juice. What I should have did was left. And every time I think or go over that, I feel like I should have put my foot down and I should have said, I'm not happy with this. I'm not happy with how you're acting, and left. I shouldn't have went forward with the shoot at all. That was a lesson that I learned, that sometimes I'm a little too humble and a little too worried about people's feelings. And, so I try not to like step on anybody's toes. But at the end of the day, it's not personal. It's more business.
Okay. So, y'all, I know Evanda outside of this. So, like, we have a business history together. She's done my hair before in the past. So, kind of hearing her say this is weird. So, we're going to get into Sorry. So, was this before or after me and you had worked together?
This was before me and you had worked together.
That's what I'm saying. So, it had to be like a building block, a learning lesson, because I know just like when in our time working together, you were very cut, dry, straight to the point, which I appreciated that, because it's just like, it's at the end of the day, it's your money. It's the way that you see it. It's your vision. And so to hear that, there was a point in time, which goes right back into the title, is learned and earned. You paid for that. And because you had to pay for that in a large way, I could see the growth of you being vocal on stuff that's yours. Like, that's your shit. And it's no way, if it was $200, if somebody is explaining to you that they have a product, that they have a project, that they are, something, you should be getting results.
Exactly.
So, on a more business level, because I feel like that's very, very high level, and I really appreciate you sharing that story, but something that doesn't involve somebody else, more on you. Can you give me a story that was more on you that you could say like, hey, I take full responsibility for that. There was probably a warning somewhere, but because I was feeling myself, I thought I needed to go this way.
That's a great question. I was feeling myself.
Look, I don't mind being vulnerable to open up the door to the conversation. So, in my business, I've always felt myself to be a creative, to be a visionary, to be somebody that is ahead of the curve. But what the Bible say, ain't nothing new under the sun. The business that you may be different from somebody else, but there are principles in business that never change. Yeah. So when I was younger, I didn't think that existed. I thought that, I have a mentor, and I was saying, like, I was listening to them and I just kept saying, you talking, But we live in a new day and age, and the last time you started a business, mind you, this person has been in business, in the same business for 20 years, but knowing everything. I said, you ain't done my business ever. You've been out of touch for years now. That's why you brought me in to do this. I know everything. I'm the expert, or else you wouldn't have brought me in. On go. So, being even more vulnerable. Y'all, I told y'all that I've worked with Evanda in the past. And if you know me, you know that I had a magazine. It was called Complete Magazine. This is the project that I'm talking about. He told me, slow down, pace yourself, slow down, pace yourself, slow down, pace yourself. He kept saying that shit. And I was like, you don't know nothing. You don't, like, I'm gonna blow. Our magazine is gonna do this because my business right now, mind you, the business that I was talking about had only been open for 2 years. And I wasn't even supposed to be doing anything because I told him that I wouldn't do anything to year 3 to scale because my business was still in scaling time. Okay.
Yeah.
You don't know what that is. We'll talk about that later. We're not on that right now. But I was supposed to be scaling my business. I was not supposed to be picking up fucking love projects or what are they called? Passion projects. I was not supposed to be picking that up. And so I picked it up and I thought that I was just gonna, my business was gonna run itself. Wrong go again. Because like you said, I thought I had professional people on my side. No. But I had to learn that. But I didn't learn that because I was too busy trying to start something else. And he kept telling me, slow down, pace yourself, slow down, pace yourself, slow down, pace yourself. Just like you, I ended up spending $3,000 on a magazine where I had Evanda on the cover, and she asked when it literally to be on this show. She said, "Is this gonna come out?" I said, "It's gonna be live. You don't have to worry about it." Because back I had this whole grand thing in my head, and it tanked so bad, none of it ever came out. And I had to pay for that. I had to pay for that in time. I had to pay for that in trust. Just with you wanting to do this interview, you couldn't even trust me to come out with something. And you know that's a hard pill to swallow because I know that I did that. Nobody else did that. I was warned. Somebody told me, "Hey, don't do that shit," and I ended up still doing it, and it ended up backfiring. So I paid for that in money, $3,000. I paid for that in trust. You kind of didn't want to work with me. I'm glad it worked out, but I paid for it in that. And then I also paid for it with my pride. Because honestly, that shit hurt. It hurt real bad to have this vision, to have this dream, to believe it's going to work because you have the right pieces in the right place whole time. You think you're playing chess. You are playing the lamest game of checkers.
OMG.
And so that's what I feel like personally. That's a piece of my journey. I've had plenty of these stories, but that's a piece of my journey that I feel like I can share with you all. And then this is somebody on the other side that can understand that because they were part of it. But it was one of those experiences that in hindsight, I wish I had just took a small portion of that advice. I just wish that I would have done that 3rd year.
Mm-hmm.
If I'd have just, and then mind you, I wasn't too far from the 3rd year, which was the messed up part. All I had to do was wait a few more months to be able to scale. And I really needed to wait till, and it's a whole bunch of shit. But nonetheless, that was what I feel like. I earned that. I earned that piece of information, and I'll never forget that experience, and I'll never find myself back there again. Because I paid for that.
Period.
It was a high price to pay, but I paid for that. Period. So how about you?
I feel like at one point in my life, I was trying to have my hands in all types of baskets, and I paid for it. I felt like I was trying to do a clothing line. I was trying to rap. I was trying to be a brand ambassador and do all these different type of things. And what was happening is it was taking a toll on me personally and physically. Like I was always drained. I always felt like, what am I doing? Like I'm all over the place. Like I didn't feel whole. Um, Sometimes I would just be like in such a bad mood. Like I would just make everybody, like I would push everybody around me away. Like I wanted to quit everything. Like I was just like, I'm just tired of this. And like, not that anything ever went bad, because I feel like, a lot of things that I do tend to be quote unquote successful. But for me, I just have like a bigger vision for things. And when I don't get that instant gratification, it really messes with me. So I just tend to like go all, it's like you said, like speeding and doing everything real fast instead of taking my time and then burning out like just as fast as I started.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
What they
yeah.
say, if it come fast, it won't last.
That's what
And
they said. And that has happened for me a lot. Personal, business, everything. When it comes fast, it kind of don't, it burns out fast too.
yeah. I feel like we got Sagittarius here, so I'm gonna drink twice.
Why was I literally just thinking like I'm a Sagittarius, so we kind of like to do everything real fast, and then we kind of got to pay for it. It'd be fun while it lasted, but like you know.
Let me say this. And I'm coming from two different spaces here. I've seen you be good at so many things. I've seen you be good at rapping. I've seen you be good at being a brand ambassador. I've seen you be good at selling clothes. Like I've seen this all in real time. And somebody told me before, which I think that I can, well, I don't think, I see it with my own eyes. I see that you're in the space of, do I want to be good or do I want to be great? And so,
Girl.
and you can see.
Okay.
And so I feel like whether you've asked yourself that question or not, it's something that we can see with our eyes in you choosing to put all of your steam into your hair business. And what I mean by that is like, I can't get on my phone on social media platforms and miss you. Like, you are present in all of these spaces. If I get on my phone to check my email, you're there. If I get on my phone to check my what is that, TikTok, you're there. You have made yourself present in all of these spaces where before you had to, when you were consumed in like so many other things, it was like we didn't have space to support all of the hair business because we had to support every other thing. So to now being in a space where you can't fucking miss Evanda. Like, you do hair and she sell hair. Damn, like it's in my face. I can't miss it. To see you go from that good to that great is actually beautiful. And I feel that in my heart of hearts, that was something that you earned. Like you learned that and you had to earn that. So can you tell me about like the transition? Because you did mention you went from rapping, and I don't know if you stopped or not. But I noticed that you've taken a break from it. What made you take a break from that and say, no, I'm gonna give all of my full effort to hair and my business? Because hair isn't a business. Like, excuse me, hair isn't what you do. You do a business. You're in business and it involves hair.
I paid attention to how it was making me feel, and the money I was spending on it.
Mm.
And those who know me know that I am a very frugal person. I'm not just like gonna just spend money just to spend it. I like to save and reinvest into my company. So I felt like One day I was just sitting with myself and I was just like, what do I want? Like, what do I see my highest self as? Like, what did the little girl Evanda want? Like, what's going to make me happy when I wake up every day? Like, and I realized it was just being a powerful woman in business. Like, it wasn't necessarily being an entertainer or, you know, making or selling clothes or whatever, and also like making a profit off of just who I am as a person as well. When I basically how everybody's talking about the soft life, I wanted the soft business model. Like, I didn't want to have to just do. I feel like I've worked so hard day and night for years. Like, I was just tired of having to start over with new things like that was like not very much promised and clout based and just you know based on things that I really don't want to do every day.
Mm.
um so yeah, I was just like, I'm going to focus on my business. Like, this is where the money is at. Like, this comes easy to me. I'm getting into other things, but it's in the flow of my business and who I really am as a person.
Mm.
So it works for me. It's not stressful. I can't wait for y'all to see that.
Mm. I think I've said this before. It's about being in alignment with your assignment. Anytime that we start to not honor the inner man, the person that lives within us, the spirit, the entity portion of us, is when we start to feel drained. It's when we start to feel exhausted. It's when we start to get away from who we really are. I think you said something. You said that what do I see, like what did little me see for herself? When you were doing all of those other things, do you feel like in your heart of hearts that you were at least in contact with your inner child? Because I don't know, sometimes I feel like I do things to heal my inner child, and it's not something that I see myself doing forever, but it's a portion of me that felt like they needed to do it in order to go and be my best version of me.
Oh, for sure. All the things that I tapped into were all the things that I wanted to do when I was little. Like, I always wanted to rap and entertain and be a performer and go on Apollo one day and stuff like that, and have a clothing line and do talk shows and all that stuff. Like, I always wanted to do stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely was in contact with my younger self. That's probably why I even did it, in the first place. But you know,
Mhm.
um,
What you got something? What are you? What are you thinking?
because when you ask me that question, it's just kind of like, yeah, I was making my younger self happy. And then it makes me think, well, you young, you don't really know any better. So now that I'm older, it's just kind of like, okay, I did that for you, but now it's time to, like, if I know better, I'm gonna do better, and I know better now, and I wanna do. I don't want to live a facade. Like, I want to really be having it the way that I say that I'm having it. You
Mm-hmm.
know, um, and this is a clear way and a clear path on doing it. I'm good at this. Let's just stick to one thing and put all your eggs in that basket and do that really good, and then see what comes from that. Instead of being scattered and then wanting to just quit everything because you just feel like nothing is working how you want it to work.
So, do you read?
Yeah, a little bit.
So even if you don't read, I'm still gonna recommend this because they have it on audiobook. It's an amazing read. It probably is. So what I recommend to people who don't technically, pick up a book and read every day, listen to it on audiobook. I think it's about 5 hours long. All you have to do is, what I do is I hook it up to my car, and then just wherever I'm driving to, even if it's only 30 minutes, at least that's 30 minutes of me really soaking in something that's way better than, baddies South. You know, something really good.
Yeah.
So, in Good to Great, um, who's that guy? I forgot. But in Good to Great, it talks about literally what you was just saying, which is so crazy. It's the fox and the hedgehog. I believe that's the analogy. And pretty much it says that the fox basically goes for what it can get, what's in front of it right now, like whatever's popping. Whereas
Yeah.
the hedgehog is very into what's in front of them. Let's stay focused. One thing at a time, one thing at a time. And then before you know it, you see that this hedgehog has taken off their good on down the road. To hear you to see it and then to hear you say it, it's like, yeah. Like, I don't know if anybody has been like, I'm sure that all of your followers have seen it's a transition. It's beautiful. I see the growth. I see how much your brand has shifted into knowing its worth just from the top of the year to now. And we still have one more quarter to go. So I can see the shift and I'm so happy for it just for you in general.
Thank
Um,
you.
so let me get to this next question because I'm gonna get you out on time. I'm gonna get you out on time. So of all the experiences that you've earned and learned from or learned and earned from, what do you feel was an experience that taught you the largest lesson?
OMG. Gotta put my thinking glasses on. The largest lesson. Um,
I can go first if it helps you.
okay.
The largest lesson that I've learned thus far is that, I'm going to say this and I'm prepared for what happens next. I, I, I'm not a fucking idiot, okay?
Yeah,
Like, there's some shit up in here, okay?
of course.
I be really on to some shit sometimes. And what I don't need is people that think that I just be out here all willy nilly and just let's try everything. Like, nah, you can't convince me. Like, I'm really 10 toes on me succeeding. Like, I'm really 10 toes on, like, if not me, then who? So what I feel like I've learned and earned in my experience as a business owner, as an entity, as a human, is that as a past life people pleaser, I was very interested in making sure that everybody wanted me.
Mm.
That anymore. I'm very into making sure that I'm true to myself. And in me being true to myself, all the people who supposed to be around me, they gonna come.
Amen.
Learn this shit for real, for real. This ain't no fucking cap.
Talk about it, Queen.
I learned this shit for real when I seen Erica Badu in concert. I was just about to do the show. This was the week before I started I'll Grab the Wine for season 2. I was looking at her. Okay. I
Mm-hmm.
love me some Erica.
Me
She
too.
had on a big ass coat, hair all long, nails all painted different, just this eccentric get up going on. And she was up there vibing, you know what I'm saying? Being her most true, authentic self. And I said, at the end of the day, I love her, but this motherfucker is weird.
Girl, what?
And I looked to my left and my right, and I said, this weirdo motherfucker, pack this bitch out. Ain't that something? And that's what happens when you're being yourself.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happens when you're being yourself. It don't
that's
matter.
true.
It don't matter. It's some people that's gonna fuck with that. It's some people
Oh,
that
for
don't wanna do
sure.
that. It's some people that say, you know what, that's a weirdo, and that taps into something that I have. But I'm a little bit scared to be that person. But I'm gonna support that because that's exactly who I want to be. But I'm just afraid. You don't fucking know. You don't know. All I do know is I'm gonna be me.
Yeah.
And everybody else
Yeah.
who needs to be along, they're coming. They're getting on
I
the
think exactly. I like that you said that because I think that's how I accumulated a lot of my success with being myself and not and being unapologetically me and like showing up in that space wherever I went, Of course, we all have our own things that we deal with behind closed doors or whatever, but for the most part, I'm a pretty confident person in who I am and what I do because I'm confident in my work because I know I put the work in and I've mastered it and I've studied the others, the greats in the field, and I know that I can hang and go toe to toe with them in that nature. And also just me just being me is I'm that bitch because I said so. Ain't nobody going ain't nobody going you can't how you going what you gonna do about that? How you gonna take that away? Like what could you say to me to make me feel you can't say nothing to me or nothing to make me feel less than. That just makes me question you. Don't make me question me. And I had to learn that at a young age too, being a girl, going to high school, growing up, all that stuff is just kind of like you got to learn to love yourself and to love your own company. So, when you bring in others, nobody can penetrate your self-confidence but bubble because people try to, when they see you all high up on yourself, some people, they try to pull you down, and I had to learn that. Like, I didn't understand what jealousy and envy meant at a young age. Like, when I got older, I'm like, that's why we was once friends and the next day we wasn't friends because I had no issue. She was jealous. Like, and I don't really like to talk about people. I don't really like to do all the, oh, well, she jealous of me or want to be like me or nothing. If you see me say something like that, somebody don't piss me off. Because besides that, I don't really give a hot dog damn because I'm doing my own thing. Like I gotta work on me. I got stuff I want to do for me and my family. Like, I'm not worried about nobody else. But yeah, I like that you said that though, because I feel like a lot of people are trying to be who they think people will like. And I feel like if you just be yourself, like even with Erica Badu being quote unquote weird, she's weird, but I feel like that's why I love her even more. Because I'm a little weird too, like I went to an Erica Badu concert and I'm like, damn, there's a whole lot of people up in here. Like, and she just on the stage doing whatever she wanna do. Like that's crazy. Well, one thing I did learn and I'm still learning that I used to do more back in the day to answer your question was being consistent. Sometimes I feel like for me, when I had goals and when I reached them all, it started to get a little fuzzy. You know, yeah, it's like nobody. I mean, I guess people talk about that, but what happens when you reach all your goals? You
Mm.
know, like I got everything I wanted and I was just in it and I was loving it. But then I started to get like where I used to be so passionate and motivated. And it's just kind of like, where is that at? Because I got it. Of course I can scale or what have you or whatever. And that's what I'm doing now. I'm passionate about that now. But then I was just like, I'm living a good 6-figure life. Like, like
Did you feel
I'm good.
people around you at that time?
Did I do what?
Did you feel like you had the right people around you at that time?
No. Yes and no. I feel like I was dating somebody who sucked the life out of me.
Okay, we're gonna have to go there briefly because ding dong. Ding dong. Briefly, let's get there. You tell us about the importance of a partner with vision. Go.
Oh my God, the importance of a partner with vision is just like so important because the days when you can't necessarily pick up yourself, they can pick up, they'll help you see things in yourself and about yourself that you maybe kind of knew, but needed confirmation on, like I'm not gonna lie, like dating somebody who is for me and really wants to see me win and motivates me has been a complete game changer in how I'm moving now. You know,
Briefly,
that's crazy.
this is true. I don't know if you guys, if you, I'm about to run out.
I just refilled.
And I started to bring the bottle up here, but I have to be a mom after this. However,
Shout out to the mothers. I'm not one, but shout out to y'all.
listen, I'm not gonna lie to you, Mama. That man is jealous of you.
Oh, you know, and maybe
I have to say that was for somebody. I don't know who that was for, but I said it and it's out there now. That man is jealous of you.
that man is jealous of you. I ain't gonna lie. I try to give him the BOD, but something about you makes that man rattle inside in not a good way.
And so now, because he still has his masculine energy, and plus y'all probably have a soul tie because y'all be doing the whoopty. Y'all have that pillow talk, and now he in your head getting you on a lower vibration. You on a whole nother level. You operate on a whole different platform, and the nigga done brought you down to a different level because you really the shit. And that makes him a little scared.
That's important. If I could, I wish I could have gave my younger self some advice about dating because I feel like it was very prominent in the woman that I am today, like how I deal with men. Like I feel like that we really need to have more open and vulnerable discussions about that, and teach our daughters, little cousins, nieces, everybody stuff about that because I mean, I feel like I would have been much further if I would have decided to either not date certain men or to date, certain men, you know.
Well, this is my show. Talk about it. Hell.
Period. It's just no, I'm just saying because, like, as women, I feel like we're molded and trained to, focus on male companionship and attention from men. And I think that's great, but there are certain ways that I feel like we should maneuver. We shouldn't be trying to, no, no. I don't want to say that. Um, I just really think we should. I just really think men are the right men, the men that we all. I don't say we all, but the men that successful women want are really attracted to women who can like be within themselves and like love on themselves and not like too clingy onto them and like too dependent onto them. Not necessarily like in a financial way, but even just like in an emotional. I just feel like I would have did better if I put all that energy that I was putting in a relationship into really finding who I am and what I like and having fun with myself, taking myself out on dates, treating myself, instead of trying to force a man to treat me. I can count. I remember like I buy myself fresh flowers because I like flowers. And every time the dude that I was dating would see me buy myself fresh flowers, that made him buy me flowers, you know. But when he seen that I loved myself and I respected myself, that made it a little bit harder for him to disrespect me, you know.
Listen, there is nothing that I could agree to more than that. Especially, all of my viewers know, and if you're new here, I've been extremely transparent about experiencing going through my breakup right now currently. And I've told you that through this that I'm joyous. And I've been loving myself and I've been really embracing who I am as a woman, as female, as feminine, as an entity. The entity portion is the portion that is very, very, very important in all this. What I can say, what I can attest to, is that as an entity, it is very important to love yourself. You set the standard for you. You have to be, what Chloe say? Treat me like I treat me. You exactly right, Evanda. That man had to buy you flowers because you was buying you flowers. Better than me. You need to go. You is a waste of time. I could go get some, yeah, anywhere.
No, period. I think women need to learn how to win a leave.
Oh, speak on it, sister. Tell them about it.
I'm just saying, like, I know when to leave. You know,
No, we don't. Tell us.
I, I'm just saying, like, definitely, if history, I mean, work on your relationships. I'm not saying because.
Wait, you done holding back. This it. That's your last time holding back. Take a large sip and get into it.
Okay. From my experience, I feel like I stayed somewhere too long. I knew I needed to leave, but I was fighting against myself because I didn't want to be by myself, or I thought that maybe I was being too strong and too independent and too successful with my partner. And we shared great, amazing times with each other. I thought that we were like best friends and all of that stuff. And I just had to realize, some people are for seasons. He was perfect for this Evanda, but this new Evanda, he might not fit into this equation. And I know that, and I feel it. It's burning in my soul, and it's nothing against him. But I got to learn how to leave because it's going to hurt me more to stay than it will to leave. Was that honest enough for you?
Couldn't have said it better myself. I thought I was going to get all out in time, but I couldn't. We got off track. You ladies need to hear that. So y'all learned a couple things today. I feel like you learned a lot, actually, on the business side, and then you learned it on the relationship side. And then to tap into something that you said also, men are for seasons, but some of your girlfriends are too.
Almost definitely. That's just like a relationship. Like,
and that's tough to me. Just in my own personal experience, witnessing somebody go from somebody that I felt like I could confide in every single day to somebody that I just tap into to make sure that they're still okay. Like, because that's just part of me that still loves. I think that's a difficult transition for me personally because I'm an Aquarius, and once you're my friend, you have to do some real shit to make me not be your friend anymore. And the dynamics may change, but it'd be no love lost for me.
oh, that's okay.
Yeah, but because these bitches is getting cut tonight. But for real, y'all, it just be so difficult for me to be able to see other women leave, but especially because I'm such a woman's woman. Like, I'm for women.
Me too.
But it does come a time sometimes where ladies and fellas, because some fellas watch my show too. Some of your friends they're seasonal. Some people are not supposed to, they can't go to this next round. And then you wonder, kind of like you, because I've been there too, why can't I escape this place? Like, I'm happy, but I feel like I deserve more. I feel like there's more abundance. I feel like there's more outside of this. All time the nigga can't go with you, the girl can't go with you, they can't go with you. This is for you. This is your blessing. They cannot go with you. So until you're ready to leave them, your blessing will be on the other side.
I can attest to that. I don't think I will have the blessings. No, I know for a fact what I'm doing right now wouldn't be in my life if I kept those certain individuals around me. For a fact. For a fact. I would be actually much further if I knew how to leave when I thought in my head, like, girl, it's time to go. This is not your friend.
That's the next show. Me and you gonna get together. We're gonna figure out what we're gonna have a next show. And I'm telling you, I'm gonna text you and we're gonna figure out when to leave. We're gonna do a step by step because there is
no fact. When to leave. And I always have to leave. So I feel like I'm very masculine sometimes because I'm a Sagittarius and we kind of got that thing going on where we're like, and I've also been working on my feminine ways of just, leaving someone too. Because sometimes I feel like when I'm too brash, it kind of lingers for me. I don't know. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Don't listen to that. I got a lot going on up here.
No, but you make sense. Because honestly, we operate in two. Maybe I'm tipsy. we operate in two energies, right? We operate in
Mm-hmm.
feminine energy and we operate in masculine energy. Okay. So with us operating into these two energies, I promise I'm gonna get y'all out. I swear I am. I when we operate in these two energies, yes, some become more dominant at times. So what you're saying about the feminine energy, to be honest, when you're the most emotional is when you're acting out of the most feminine energy, because women, we act out of emotion, where men, act rationally.
Mm-hmm.
So the thought process is definitely there, but that was way more feminine than you thought, when you needed to be pulling back and tapping into that masculine energy, that rational energy, and saying, you know what, this don't even deserve all of that. This don't even warrant all that. This I just need to leave. Let me grab my things. However, I have recently been in both, where I operated outside in both of those energies at different points in time. And I can honestly say, when I operated out of the feminine energy, it turned out the way it turned out. When I operated in the masculine, it turned out like it turned out. So, hey, it is what it is. We had a great conversation. If you didn't get anything out of that, I don't know. Like, it was plenty of stuff to like grab, take notes on. Like, oh my goodness. We talked about business, we talked about relationship, we talked about personal, we talked about inner childhood. Like, oh my God, we had so much. I'm so thankful
Yeah.
for that conversation. Thank you so much for sharing and being transparent and vulnerable with us. Um,
Sure.
I feel like I've always respected you as a business owner, but to see it and then to hear it, it's just like, it's not just a business owner that I respect. I respect you as a person, as an entity, as a spirit, as a being. It's like watching you evolve. It's just so beautiful. From an outsider looking in, I can only wish you the best. I only want the best for you. And I just hope that I can continue to stay along and watch you on your journey, because I'm so happy for you.
Yeah, thank you so much. You've always, since day one, you've been a supporter of mine, and I always appreciate you showing up in moments where I'm like, girl, what you doing here?
Girl, girl,
I'm here to support. I'm like, oh my God. That's why, I'm whatever you want to do, I'm always there. The magazine you said made me didn't want to work with you. You kind of put those words in my mouth because I never said that. I get it.
it was like one of those things where he was like, is it gonna come out?
Oh yeah.
I be drinking. I be drinking. So I don't know what I said, but let me clarify that. She said, is it gonna come out, y'all? And I was like, you know what? I did that, which I did take accountability for. So
Yeah.
listening,
Yeah.
I am working on me. Yes, yes.
More people need to take more accountability for the bullshit they be putting out in this professional realm. I'm sick of it. We need to talk about that too one of these days, because I'm just so sick of it. Because
This
it
is
don't take.
what I want to do. We can do that. We can make it happen.
Yeah.
They
Period.
doing what?
Hmm.
Speak on it. They be doing what?
I just feel like, I'm really big on customer service and professionalism. And I just feel like everybody's always screaming, support me, this, that, and other, whatever, what have you. But then when it comes time for you to deliver on your product or your service, it's like the customer service is poor. And it's like, I mean, I can't support you no more. Like this is everybody want to be a business owner now, and that's cool. I love it. I love everybody wanting to be an entrepreneur, but it's more to it than just having a product and making money. Like, you gotta like make people feel like you care. They're not just another number, all that stuff. I can't tell you how many times I've spent money with people and just hated the customer service. Like, even with me, with my edge control selling out as fast as it did, I would get like emails like with people who still was making orders like, where is my product? You need to either send me my product or send me my refund. And I'm just thinking, showing, you know, my my friend, the emails like, look at this. And he was like, they're not used to, people responding immediately. They're not used to it actually being a real person looking at this message. So when you respond to them, they're gonna be like, a little shocked because I'm responding immediately. I'm so sorry. We went viral on TikTok. We sold out quick. I'll get more in. And for your wait, I'll send you a free gift. Oh, that's okay. I appreciate you responding. Da 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 da. Whereas, somebody else, don't respond, you know, or get nasty back with because it's like you just gotta, you know, handle people a certain way. That's business etiquette.
It's business. It's business.
Hmm.
Yeah, no. Let's put. That's. I got your number. I got your number. Y'all. So we're to my favorite part. I think like every part is my favorite part of the show because but we are to the wind down, and now we're to the wind down. So it's time for what are you drinking? What are you drinking, Miss Ma'am?
So I'm not really a drinker like that. So I just got some of this good old Stella Rose.
Girl,
Oh wait, Stella Rose, blueberry.
Okay, so y'all already know what time it is. We're gonna get into what I'm drinking right about now. A spiked twist on the classic summer drink, a cherry limeade. Here's what you'll need. You're gonna need you a tequila, girl. I got Patron. Grab you a lemon lime flavored wine, some simply limeade, cherry grenadine, some little 1 ounce cups for measuring, cherries, and a lime. Getting the party started, right, girl? We're gonna start off with that lemon lime flavored wine at half a cup. Pour it on in. And we're gonna go ahead and add that simply limeade to our spiked limeade mixture. Patron, I'm in my zone, baby. We're going to add 1 ounce of Patron to this mixture. You can add any tequila that you want, though. It's my show. I can do what I want to. We're going to add 1 ounce of cherry grenadine to this mixture as well. Ice me out. Baby, ice me out. We're going to add some ice and we're going to shake, not stir. Let's cut this slime so we can garnish up real quick live. And because I'm that girl, I'm going to go ahead and put it in a wine glass. The girls that get it, and the girls that don't, they just don't, sweetie. Adding a little bit more ice. Garnishing with cherries and a little lime for taste. And Miss Ma'am, you have a spiked cherry limeade. Thank you for joining me here on the Wind Down on I'll Grab the Wine. Period, Pooh. So, that's what I'm drinking. And y'all are done talking about me. I'm tired of y'all getting on Instagram. Tired of y'all saying, you put tequila in your wine? Yes. I do. And if you don't know what that's like, I feel bad for you. Period. Feels good,
I gotta try that.
You do. I'm the person you say that to. Yes. But anyway, so now we're to get your wine. It's story time. And if you haven't been here before, I'll let you know what that means. All that means is that it's story time. I will read the story that somebody wrote into me, and we will respond with our answers. You'll go first, Evanda, so there is no confusion. Here we go. Dear Savon, I've been sleeping with a male coworker recently and my high school sweetheart on and off for about 2.5 years. I've recently become pregnant and I refuse to terminate the pregnancy. I haven't told either of them yet because one is like a friends with benefit and the other just got in a relationship. I don't want to be judged for this, but help your girl out.
Girl.
Well, don't me. You're talking to her.
Girl.
Girl.
So what's the question?
Girl, she need help. She's trying to figure out what she gonna do.
It looks like she gonna be having a baby. I mean,
shut up. You gonna be having a baby.
Like what? Looks like she's gonna be a brand new mother.
You know what? Let me get Evanda up. Listen.
Girl. Girl, she need to call me personally so I can tell her for real what I'm feeling. I don't want to say it across this internet. People be judging me all crazy because, girl.
She said, I'm not going to give my opinion. I am going to play this safe. He said, don't judge you. I don't have to do that as everybody else.
Ain't no judgment, sweetie.
Everybody else done did it, so it ain't no room for me.
Yeah, she just got pregnant.
So I would just say get tested. Like at the very least, just get tested because that's risky. Just at any point in time, if they're ever sexually involved with two people at one point in time, just make sure you get tested. And then just I mean, I don't know. I cannot attest to this, but I would say you need to get it on somebody's radar. Like if
Somebody needs to
yeah,
know.
somebody needs to know something because if you're not going to terminate it, somebody needs to be prepared to be a father. and
No facts.
and so don't gyp them of these experiences. I I would hate that one of these men would be first time fathers and you're over here playing around because done a little bit more than a little bit. Yeah, you've done a little bit more than a little bit. So it's just one of those things to where you didn't play it safe. You're taking, you rolling with the punches at this point. However, somebody needs to be notified, if not both, because you're gypping people of experiences at this point. What if they wanted to be there for you? I mean, one of them was your friend with benefits. Who's to say they still want to be a friend in this process? And the other one, even though they just got in a relationship, I mean, that would be really tough if I was in a relationship. If I was on the other side of that, if I was in a relationship with a man who had no idea he had a kid on the way.
No facts.
And he had,
And you gotta, yeah.
and now I
Then
gotta
you- right, exactly. And then you gotta think about the kid, want to know who their father is when they grow up.
Yeah, it's just a lot that comes with that. I mean, it's your bed, you sleep in it, and you probably obviously you've done that more than once, but you have to
Yeah.
accept that. You have to accept that, and you have to leave those people, give those people a heads up. That's not fair. That's not right. Do the
And
right thing.
exactly. And also, it's not nothing. I just, this is 2022. We got City Girls, we got Meg Thee Stallion, we got all these girls, and they're all talking about, being, sexually active. Everybody's sexually active. It's not nothing to be embarrassed about. I wouldn't necessarily say it's something to be embarrassed about, but I would just say, like, dang, it just slipped my head what I was about to say. I got to stop smoking so much.
It's that crossface. See, that wine is a little different. I keep trying to go.
Yeah.
It's the wine. Drink it.
No,
Have to sip it.
it's nothing to be embarrassed about. I mean, y'all both. I mean, they knew. I mean, come on. It takes two to tango. So it's like, no.
Y'all, we almost had a visitor.
It takes two to tango. You didn't do it on your own. Let them niggas know. I mean, let them men know what happened, what's going on, what's going with you. See who there for you. Let them be there. Get the blood test. See who's what's what. You're not gonna terminate it. Whatever. And continue forward with that with confidence. Don't be ashamed. Don't let nobody make you feel ashamed. Everybody has done something in their life. Like, oh girl, if you gonna keep it, then move forward with confidence. I feel like, and let the man know because they was doing you like you was doing them, and the other dude was doing somebody else too while he was doing you, and so everybody was doing the same thing. So
Exactly. So, I mean, it is what it is at this point. Like you said, listen, you need a game plan. That's all this is. You need a game plan, and it involves 3 people at this point.
yeah.
So, girl, y'all come on my show. Y'all ask me for advice. This is what I feel. You can't get upset with what I say. Don't write into my show if you don't want me to comment. So moving forward, okay, we're to one of my favorite questions. I say this about everything, so let me just we are to let that shit go. And let that shit go is the portion of the show where you have to let go of something that no longer serves you. So what are you letting go of today?
Oh Lord.
Speak on it.
I am letting go of being comfortable.
Period. I feel that.
I'm putting myself in uncomfortable, because if I stay in this comfortable space, I'm gonna always stay on this level. So I gotta put myself in uncomfortable positions to get to where I want to be.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's uncomfortable for me to work out sometimes. It's uncomfortable for me to be consistent sometimes. It's uncomfortable for me to show up for events and things of certain nature. It's uncomfortable for me to get ready every day and look like something every day. But I gotta do it to get to where I want to be. So I gotta let that comfortable shit, go.
Ooh, that was a good one. Were you like here in my space earlier? Because I feel like I said that this morning. Like I literally
Yeah, I was there, girl. I was listening.
ooh, in my space. Back up. But I feel what am I gonna let go of today, y'all? Um, all right. I'll be honest, you guys. I feel like there is a portion of me that is holding on to. Hold on, y'all. 1 second. Y'all, let me let y'all watch this real quick while I be a parent real quick. Hold on, y'all. All right, y'all. My bad. Brief intermission. But what am I going to let go of today, y'all? I feel like I'm still holding on to a piece of resentment of this relationship that I'm phasing out of. It has been extremely difficult for me to accept the role that I played, accept that, you know what, at the end of the day, I had red flags. I saw them and I was ignoring them like they was just little signals for me to keep on going. So, I have to let go of that because right now, or the space that I've been in for a few days is I've been beating myself up about accepting all of those things. I've been really hard on myself. Like, why would I do that? Why would I do that? All of these just negative feelings. And I did it. It's something that I did. And okay, like, it's over with. It's time for that to go. So I can walk into the best parts of me so I can start experiencing life for what it is and what it's meant to be, which is great, grand, fabulous, awesome, spectacular.
Hmm.
And I can't do that if I'm sitting up here blaming myself and staying in this space and staying in this fun. So I gotta let that go, y'all. It don't serve me, girl. It's done. I can't. It don't belong to me. Bye.
I love to hear that.
So yes, girl. But after you let stuff go, you have to drink to that. So I'll drink to that is the portion of the show where we celebrate something about you. So what do you want us to celebrate about you today?
I want y'all to celebrate the fact that I am getting into investing.
No, it don't feel nothing feels better than making your first few investments because you just be like, I really did that.
Hmm.
Oh, I can tell you what feels better than your first few investments. The returns on your first few investments.
That part.
You be looking like, it's that easy. I should have been doing this for months.
No, fact.
Yeah. Get into it. Some of y'all know the feeling, and some of y'all need to know the feeling. Hello, hello. Answer the phone call. Yeah. So I'll drink to what am I gonna drink to today?
What are you gonna drink to?
I'm going on a girls trip.
Yay!
2 whole years. And I'm not gonna say this person held me back from that, but I felt so committed to being a good girlfriend, and I wasn't even a girlfriend, but that's a totally different story for another day.
Girl, see, I think everybody needs a friend like me.
She said, "Call me next time you start shit like that." But no, for real. So I'm going on a girls trip and it feels really good. It feels really liberating. I feel like I'm about to tap into a totally different energy where I get to be, extremely feminine and I get to be around the girl folks. So I'm excited and I'm today.
Yeah, I love a good girl trip.
Yeah. Y'all, this
Oh
is
my God.
amazing show. I'm so thankful that you had a moment to speak with us. I'm so thankful for this conversation, how it was facilitated. Make sure you tell everybody one more time how they can find you.
You guys can find me on Instagram at Evanda Official, and also my businesses at Evanda Elite Hair and House of Elite Salon. And you can shop with me on evandaelite.com.
Yes, y'all make sure y'all check it out. Get that S control, get into it. Okay. And that's my prayer, cool. You can find me on all social media platforms, 2 7s SEVON on every social media platform. Make sure you sign up for our newsletter, getting into the book club. The book of the month is The Four Agreements. And I'll be yes.
I
And
love that book.
girl, that is my book. Okay, so we're finishing up. I'll have my YouTube video up on that soon. So you can check it out. I'll have all of my notes. I'll post those to the blog. So that's why you need to sign up for the blog. Check it out. Check out my
Mhm.
notes. My notes, no limits. They cut and dry and they talk a lot about me because when I talk about me, I tell about you. And that's period.
Mhm.
So check out my notes and then I'll announce the new book for next month and we'll get into it. Um okay, so that's the blog. Get to the website www.illgrabthewine.com because we're here every single Wednesday. I have the new calendar coming out for October. It'll be out tomorrow. So y'all make sure y'all stay tuned and y'all check that out for all of the new guests coming next month. Y'all, it is going to be a busy what the girls say, busy month.
Period.
All right. I'm so thankful for you one more time. I'm so thankful. Everybody who joined in, absolutely, positively, just so thankful for everybody who tunes in. Thank you for all of the new follows, the likes, the subscriptions, the comments. I really do appreciate them. Follow me on all social media platforms. My TikTok, y'all know I have morning motivations every weekday morning on TikTok. If you like this, you'll love that. It's a lot more spiritual. I'm a lot more calm and I'm a lot less tipsy. So you'll enjoy it every weekday morning between the hours of 8:30 and 9:30. So until next time, y'all, I'll grab the wine. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Y'all have a good night.